Thrift Store Rundown's Odyssey to the Oscars, where we bring the Academy Awards home on a budget. Variety. As my former teacher and forever inspiration, Judith McLean, once told me, it is the Bible of the entertainment industry. It is one Bible that I so proudly and humbly swear by every day for my news on what's hot and what's not within the subconscious of the movers and shakers of the industry. We had to bring Variety into this year's Odyssey to the Oscars because Variety's Ultimate Awards nominations guide from December 18th of 2017 was supposed to be reviewed last year. But as you know, my PC suffered a terrible setback. It never fully recovered because I can no longer edit on my PC. I'm doing editing on my laptop. But it's here for this year's Odyssey to the Oscars. We called OTTO 3.4 because I call this a carryover item. We've already purchased this Ultimate Awards nominations guide way before we ever started Odyssey to the Oscars. This is from December 16th, 2015. Both of these were purchased for 99 cents and both follow a simple formula. A plethora of for consideration advertisements for the Academy Awards, since both of these were published before Oscar voting began, or really in the middle of Oscar voting. Congratulatory advertisements and a sporadic placing of them for Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild nominations for films and television programs, and scarcely some Grammy nominees too, for your consideration Grammy advertisements as well. In-depth reviews of the Best Picture contenders, plus Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Foreign Language Film contenders, and brief reviews of the artisans, the technical categories, the people behind the camera, Best Original Score, Best Cinematography, Best Original Song, Best Makeup, Best Hairstyling, Best Sound Editing, Sound Mixing Design, and so forth. It's best if you look at the table of contents before you start reading. There is one chapter that is different for each of these issues. This is listed on a star for the 2015 issue. The frontrunners for Oscar Gold are heavily reliant on big screen star power. Page 10. And for 2017, might as well Trump. This year's award hopefuls reflect many social issues. Might as well Trump. This chapter gets political. The Senate is poised on Wednesday. I'm filming this before the Super Bowl, by the way. The Senate is poised on Wednesday to take a vote to acquit President Trump on all charges in his impeachment trial. Do we even care at this point? It's drawing low ratings on cable and on the PBS NewsHour and on the 24-hour news cycles. So, whatever. But, however which way it goes, we will be redoing The Apprentice game from Parker Brothers sometime soon. Now for the chapters, which are the same for each issue, but are approached a bit differently. The critics. Variety's senior film reviewers tell us their top picks for 2015. Expect some surprises. Page 18. Best Picture. Movies reflect the audience's taste and values, so future pop culture historians might be worried about 2015. Page 23. Categories from acting to VFX, pundits are having a hard time predicting this year's races. That's page 69. Artisans on page 93. The craftspeople behind the scenes on this year's contenders took us from a room to Mars. Page 107. Actors on Actors. A soft plug, if you will, for their series on PBS, KOCE, PBS SoCal. Thespians, Thesps, gathered at the Variety Studios for a portrait session with Amanda Dem. There's an advertisement for their series, Actors on Actors. Adam Sandler interviewing Jennifer Lawrence. And finally, television and music, page 125. Globes, Guilds, and the Grammys add to the seasonal awards rush. Same deal with the 2017 issue. The critics, Best Picture, categories, artisans, television, Grammys, Actors on Actors. Television and Grammys are separated and they have their own chapters. Page 117 for television, page 131 for Grammys. I'm going to show you two examples of Variety's reviews for the Best Picture contenders, one from each issue, and each issue showing the Best Picture winner in that particular year. For example, Spotlight. This is Melina Saval's review of Spotlight. And alongside here, we have a sidebar indicating the key players, the key personnel in front of and behind the camera for the film. For example, director Tom McCarthy, winner for Best Adapted Screenplay. Supporting actors Michael Keaton and Mark Ruffalo. Supporting actress Rachel McAdams. Best Screenplay, Tom McCarthy and Josh Cena, and the distributor of the film, Open Road. And an example of a for your consideration advertisement, Shaun the Sheep, the movie, for your consideration in all categories. That's 2015. Now for 2017, The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's magnum opus. This is the review by Matthew Fernandez, and the sidebar here, the players, director Guillermo del Toro, and original screenplay, Guillermo del Toro and Vanessa Taylor, actress Sally Hawkins. Distributor, Fox Searchlight Pictures. We can no longer call it Fox Searchlight Pictures anymore. We had to call it Searchlight Pictures because of Disney buying Fox about a year ago. We can no longer call it 20th Century Fox 20th Century Fox. We now have to call it 20th Century Studios, starting with The Call of the Wild. You better not ruin 20th Century Fox's legacy. Anyway, let's do a quick picture walk of both of these issues as I extol the virtues of variety. Again, this is the Bible of the entertainment industry. And as you know, for our 200th video on Thrift Store Rundown, we did an entire collection of variety magazines. The big ones, the tall ones. Maybe over a dozen of them. You can check that out by clicking the link in the description below. These are the actor and actress portraits. I also love the Hollywood Reporter. If I ever see the Hollywood Reporter at the thrift store again, I would definitely consider buying it because that is also awesome. We also have a Hollywood Reporter magazine from, 2005 that I would like to include for next year's Odyssey to the Oscars, if not beforehand, because it is that awesome too. And that was actually purchased via eBay. So that is an online purchase. Both of these variety issues and all of my variety magazines were purchased from the thrift store. Because that's how we do it here at the Thrift Store Rundown. These are the actors on actors portraits for 2017. Oh, by the way, each issue has a ballot section at the end. Who would be your pick for the Screen Actors Guild / Golden Globe Awards? Both of these special issues rock. 5 out of 5 for each. 10 out of 10 total. This Bible spreads the gospel of the entertainment industry. It is my favorite secular gospel. Secular gospel. And it will be yours too if you pick it up. For the record, I hate gospel music. Thanks for watching. Here's looking at you on the thrift side, kid.